text messages and everything. Okay, so up there, that means that we're live. And we got to do something cutesy at the beginning because Facebook likes to take a snapshot at the beginning and use it as the post picture. Excuse me. So, good evening, friends.
Hi.
I have an awesome assistant here. This is my precious baby doll. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. This is my daughter. You tell them who you are.
I'm Sophia. I'm nervous.
Why? There's no need to be nervous. Sophia has got a big birthday next week.
Yes.
So, how old will you be next week?
I'll be 11.
Yes, that's awesome. This is my decorator gal. This is my realtor. She is got such a creative eye. She's so good about, when we were looking at houses, even this summer, she would say, no, this is not neutral enough. So I think I'm wearing off on you a little bit. But she's very creative. She's got a great eye, and she's a sweet gal. So I told her, come on live tonight and say hi to the people.
So hi.
All right. You guys, it is time to reveal the winner of the paint. The voting ended yesterday, and drum roll, the color that won, well, you can't tell by this, but the color that won was Pencil Point. It was that deep gray with, it's got a dark blue undertone to it. So Pencil Point won, and I'm so excited to be painting this piece tonight for you all live on Facebook. So I have been at the neighbor's house tonight, and she had a jewelry party, and I ran home because I wanted to look somewhat decent at the party, and I ran home, put on my painter's clothes because I didn't want to look like a painter over at the jewelry party. So I'm about to put my hair up because you know it's going down when the hair goes up. And you might hear my dogs tonight because they got a treat. They got a bone, and so we put them up so that you didn't have to hear them crunching and snacking on their bones. So now they're probably going to whine a little bit, wanting to get out. So y'all just ignore the dogs, and we may actually end up letting them out so that they can be out of there and come with us. So, all right. If you're just joining me, Pencil Point won. And that is the color, the dark gray color. And that's what this little baby is going to get transformed into. Right now it's like a corn silk blue. It's a pretty color, but it doesn't really go with my new house. The wall color in my new house is Wickham gray. And so it's a cool gray, and it's got a bluish green undertone. So I feel like this is kind of competing in the space, and I wanted to really warm it up. And I wanted to give it new life. It's been this color for about 12 years. So it's had a long run, and it's just going to get a little facelift tonight by your vote, popular vote. This is the chalk paint that I love to use. I've used all different chalk paints in the past. This is Behr chalk paint, and I'm a Behr person. I love Behr paint for the walls, and I really adore Behr chalk paint. What I want to tell you before you get started, there is a little bit of prep work. So if this had a really heavy lacquer, you would want to sand it. But if you're just painting on top of paint, on top of wood, there's no sanding required. That is the beauty of chalk paint. It's an awesome product, and it really adheres and it sticks. So for this, there's absolutely no sanding. All I had to do was give it a good wipe down, especially the bottoms where the dust bunnies are. Y'all probably don't have any dust bunnies, but I live in a new construction development, and I cannot stay on top of the dust bunnies. I mean, I have the iRobot, and we're still doing the floors, and I still find dust bunnies. So make sure you give it a good wipe down, especially at the bottom, because you never want to get any dust and dirt in your paint. And then I give it a wipe down with a little bit of Dawn, like a teaspoon of Dawn is plenty. Wipe it down. I go over it again with a damp cloth, and if you don't want to use Dawn, you totally could use like a solution equal parts white vinegar and water. That would be fine. That's just going to get off that top layer of a little bit of grime or whatever's on there naturally, it's just going to remove that. So you're starting with a clean, fresh slate. Again, this is Behr. I love Behr paint. I love Behr wall paint. The paint and primer in one on the walls is perfect. I love it, and they will do any shade. So I get Behr at Home Depot. It doesn't matter if you have a Sherwin-Williams color or a Benjamin Moore color. Any color that you like, Valspar, they'll match it. They will match it, and it's a great product. So I love Behr. So when they came out with this chalk paint, I was so tickled because, like I said, I just like their products. So I've actually used Behr chalk paint before. You may have remembered I had a white side table and I painted it, and it came out awesome. I shared that a few months ago. But now we're going to be painting this. So the prep work is to wipe it down with the Dawn or the white vinegar and water solution. Go over it again with a damp cloth and then let it dry completely. You want your surface to be completely dry. Then you're going to get your screwdriver or, hey, your butter knife, whatever you need to open your paint can. Now, I've been in the garage ahead of time and I did stir this up. It doesn't matter if you've got it the same day mixed. Give it a good stir. Get you some of those paint stirs. They're free. And stir it up, because you can scrape the bottom of the chalk paint and you can feel there's a little substance at the bottom. So you want to make sure that's mixed in and incorporated very well. I always have a angled brush. This is a 2-inch. As you can see, this baby's got some. This is like my jeans. These are my painting jeans, and you can tell that these have some life in them still, but they're well used. This is a 2-inch angled brush. I love an angled brush because that's going to help you get in those lines, hard to reach places. And this is a blend. It's a polyester and a nylon blend. And that's what you need for your chalk paint. It's even on the back of the can. But, you know, you do it long enough, you know that this is a jam up brush. Now, Ann Sloan, they have different brushes. They're a perfectly round brush. Those are fine too. But these are readily available at the store. They're so easy to find. I've even found these at Dollar General. Now, I have not tried it. This is from Home Depot, but they're so easy to find. That's why these are my go-to. I always have a plastic cup, and there's nothing in it. But if I ever have to midway project, walk away, whatever, I can put the paintbrush in here and even lay it down if I need to, and it's okay. I always do paper towels. And then I always have a damp cloth because you never know. And I have a tarp laying down. You can kind of see it back here. It's taped up. I have it behind the piece and I have it on the floor. You could use an old blanket. You could use a drop cloth, painter's drop cloth. Whatever you have that you don't mind getting paint on it. Because it's not if, it's when you get some paint on there. Happens to the best of us. And I have, this is optional, I have this cushion because if you do this in your garage or I'm on a wood floor, y'all, I'm getting up there in age and it just starts kind of hurting my tailbone, so I sit on my little painter's cushion, and this came from Amazon, and you can use a pillow or what have you. I'm going to try to move y'all a little bit closer. Last week when I moved the camera, I became pixelated. So I don't want to be all pixelated. And y'all feel free. Oh, you are talking to me. Hey, Tara. I'm crafty. Yes, I'm crafty. This piece is housing so much stuff. Okay, so this was my dilemma. I could either get a brand new piece because this is holding supplies, it's holding files, it's holding all different tools and things that I use in here to wrap presents, write contracts, just anything I need for real estate or day-to-day. So I thought, I really need this piece. I don't want to get rid of it, but the color wasn't working anymore. So what do? You just paint it, and this is easy. I'm about to show you how easy it is, and this is inexpensive. This quart of paint will do this whole project and then some. So a quart goes a very long way. I'm about to show you. But this quart of paint, I think it runs about $25. And again, they tint it, they color it any color you want. They mix it to any color that you want, whether it be Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore, all those Magnolia Home, they will tint the paint to the color that you tell them. All right, so let's get started. So, as you can see, it's the consistency of regular paint. I go, see, I already got some little droplets down there. That's okay. This paint is so forgiving, so forgiving. I'm just gonna go up and down, very simple. You know, you could get your kids involved on this, totally optional, but it's pretty much foolproof. So do you see how that's going on? I can already tell that I'll probably need a second coat. Let's not put it in stone yet. Let's see. I just see a little bit of the gold coming through. And if y'all have any questions along the way, just, give me a shout and I will try to keep painting and checking to see what y'all got. So, I did take the drawers off. I took the drawers off and I took the hardware off. I didn't take anything out of the drawers because honestly, I'll probably pop the drawers back in and paint those when the bulk of this is dry, because putting them in and pulling them out will give me that leverage I need. They balance themselves on the track. It'll give me the leverage I need to paint those. So you see how this is going on? Doesn't leave streaks. A lot of people have that reservation about painting furniture. The chalk paint does not leave streaks. It's very forgiving. I know I've said that a couple times, but it really is foolproof. And I say that to say too, if you ever buy furniture on these marketplace sites or wherever, and they've been painted and you think, oh, that's so gorgeous, that's so nice, I'm gonna buy it. Ask the people what they used, because I have experience and my friends have experienced buying furniture pieces that are very, very nice and they look great, but as soon as they get them home and one nick, one scratch, one, I won't even say a bad move because it's just life, right, when you live around furniture, and the paint's coming off. It's totally peeling back. You don't want that. So if somebody has said they've redone a furniture piece, just ask them. You don't have to be an expert, but just say, hey, not all paint is created equal. You do not want somebody buying a can of clearance paint, of wall paint, and putting it on furniture. It's just not, it's not going to work out, because the first time it gets hit or scuffed up, that's it. It's going to totally peel off. And I have fallen victim to that. And I have had friends fall victim to that. And I don't want that to happen to you. Okay. So you can see how this is going on. It's just such a good product. I can get away with one coat. I think I'm going to need another coat though. And it's not going to hurt anything to do a second coat. It's just going to be more time, but nothing wrong with it at all. And it'll stick even more so to itself. So on that second coat, that'll really help it. What are y'all thinking about this color? I like it a lot. See how it warmed it up? It's totally different than what it was. I'm going to hit this spot a little bit more. Let me know if you have any questions. This is such an easy thing to do if you don't want to buy new furniture. If you see a piece of furniture like that you love at the flea market or at a yard sale and you love the lines of it, anything can be changed. The paint color can be changed. The hardware can be changed. Let me show you guys what I got for this. So this is the existing hardware. Gold knob's really pretty. you know, I'm here for it. And I bought these. I love this shape. I love the colors. It's kind of got a Carrara marble look with the gold outline. And so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to mix these up. I'm going to do these across the top, and I'm going to keep these existing ones on the other two sets of drawers, the middle and the bottom row. I think that'll really look pretty, and I think it'll look sharp. See how that pops? Love it. Can't wait for y'all to see this piece when it's done. So, with just a $25 quart of paint and new hardware, this will look like a totally different piece of furniture. And that also goes hand in hand with when you are listing your house, when you're trying to sell your house. People are so visual that, I don't know if y'all know the statistic that 95% of the houses sell quicker if they're staged versus being vacant. And there's a reason, because people sometimes don't have an imagination to go in and say, oh, that's where a sofa would go, or that's where a dresser would go. And so when the house is staged, people get a better idea, a better feel for it. Same thing with if you have old, outdated furniture, that really can bring down the look of the house. It kind of can make it feel drab. So if you give your stuff a fresh coat of paint, a facelift, bring it back up to this century even, then it's going to make the whole space feel better. It's going to feel nice, and it'll just change the whole look of the room if you update your furniture. And if you cannot afford to buy new furniture, just paint it. Paint it, change out the hardware. Now I'm going to leave this. This had a gold, let me try to get you a drawer. Stick with me. This had a gold finish to it. Almost like they de-stressed this with gold, and they even had some of that wood pop out. I'm going to keep this the dark gray. I'm not going to do any distressing on this piece because it is in my office, and I have plans for this room beyond this piece that I kind of want it to be. I want to get out of the rustic or the aged. I want it to be more streamlined and kind of a touch of glam. So I'm going to leave it this solid color. But if you wanted to, when this dries, you could always go back with a wax product and put it in all the indentions of the piece. You could go back and hit it with a gel stain, all different ways. If you wanted to really ding it up and make it distress, you could totally do that. But I'm going to leave it just as the painted technique. I'm going to leave it clean like that. Thanks, Mom. I like it so far too. And this light is not doing it a ton of justice because I've got the light on so that I don't look so washed out, that you can see the difference. A lot of people said pencil point was too close to this color. It's really not. And when the whole piece comes together, you'll see it'll look totally different. Thank you, April. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. What are we going to paint at your house? Okay. Let's show you guys a little bit of the front. Again, I was at a party before I came on here, and I was at a jewelry party next door, and I totally ran home and changed into my painting clothes so that I could show you guys how easy it is to transform a furniture piece and paint a furniture piece. I'm using Behr. This is where that angle comes in. Behr chalk paint is not chalkboard paint. I had a friend call me and say, they're not going to color the chalkboard paint. They can't do it. It's just chalk paint. They do make a product that is chalkboard paint that you can actually, it's a chalkboard, but this is chalk paint. Give it a good mix with a paint stir. Take advantage, they're free. Take you a few of them. Give it a good mix because it does settle at the bottom. Even if you got it tinted and mixed that day, it will settle. Do it in a well-ventilated area. Turn your fan on. Open a window. Make sure it's well ventilated. This does not have a heavy smell or a harsh smell, but it's still a paint product. And as y'all can see, you see how well it's going in these creases? 2-inch angled brush. It's a nylon and polyester blend. You can get them anywhere. So easy, easy, easy. Easy to do. And I wiped it down with a little bit of Dawn and water and went back over it with a damp cloth just to get all that off. If you don't have any Dawn, you can use white vinegar and water mixture, equal parts. See, I mean, this piece could just take me a couple hours because I could paint it now, let it dry, and come back and do a second coat if it's needed. A little bit of time and elbow grease, not a lot of money. I'm changing out some of the hardware, and this is going to look fabulous. So, simple, right? Do y'all have any questions at all? I like to use Behr. You could use Ann Sloan. There's all different products now. If you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, there's a ton to choose from. But I do like the Behr. And I'm a Behr person because I love the Behr wall paint too. And this is chalk paint, and it says at the top, deep base. And they tinted it in pencil point. That's the name of this color. It's a really deep gray. And it does have a blue undertone to it, which is okay. It's totally okay. It's gonna all come together. I'm going to reveal the finished piece tomorrow night. As y'all can see, I'm not doing this all fancy. I mean, I'm getting all the pieces that are gold, that are blue, and just turning them into this gray color. Simple, simple, simple. Oh, thank you, Heather. I like this one too. And it was so neck and neck. The other color was Night Watch, which I thought was gorgeous. And I've actually thought about painting the walls in Night Watch. So stay tuned for that. And it was really, really close. But pencil point won out. And I have to say that I am happy about it because it's a gorgeous color. It's a little more neutral than the Night Watch. The Night Watch was a jewel tone and it was a deep, deep teal. So this is going to be more neutral. And I'll show you one more time the pools. These are going to go at the top. I love the shape. The inside is like a Carrara marble and the outside is gold. And those are going to go along the top. And I'm going to keep the other gold ones to go throughout the piece. So I can't wait for you guys to come back and see the finished product. I will be posting it in the morning. If you have any questions at all, let me know. And you can PM me or just put them here and I'll try to answer any questions that y'all might have. As y'all can see, I love painting furniture. It's fun, it's inexpensive, and it just brings new life to any piece. If you love the lines of a piece of furniture, just paint it. Anything can be transformed with paint. It's one of the cheapest things you can do, not just with furniture, but with a room too. Is one of the cheapest things to update a room is to paint it. Same thing with the furniture. This is housing so much of my stuff. Not gonna get rid of it. I'm just gonna give it a facelift. Okay, and that's another thing that you can do if you're staging your home to get ready to sell and your stuff's outdated. Paint it. Put new knobs on it. Same thing with the kitchen cabinets. Anything could be done. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Heather, you'll have to check back in the morning. I just fell in love with these. I just saw these today, and if you saw at the beginning of the video, my sweet little Sophia was on the video. She was with me today, and we saw these, and I said, I have to get these. And I only bought 4 of them, so these weren't even expensive. So I'm just going to do the 4 across the top, and the rest I'm going to keep. So between the paint, I already had the brush, but between the paint and these, I mean, I've spent $40. You can't beat it. And it's going to look totally different. And I'm very excited to show you guys. All right. I'm going to keep working here. As always, if you need anything in the real estate world, in the home styling department, I hope that you will give me a call. I would love to help you. It is so much fun. Last week I was on here for 30 minutes. I said, oh my gosh, my mom was visiting and she said, you've been on 30 minutes. And y'all, I could have just died because I sound like that comedian. I could have died. But I'm really shaking it up now. It's probably all pixelated, but forgive me. I could not believe I talked that much. So if you watched the whole thing last week, if you made it through the whole thing, shoot me your address because you are going to get a prize if you watched that whole video. Thank you.